Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see by the title of this video, this is kind of like wedding updates video. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys our progress in our wedding planning that we've done. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys just some things that I couldn't kind of film us doing or like going to. So I feel like we're quite underway with the wedding planning. So if you guys are new to my channel and this is the first video that you're watching from me, I'm 22, my fiance is 22. By the time we get married we will both be 23. We got engaged at the end of 2019 and we're getting married in 2022. We live in New Zealand, so we have been pretty blessed with the COVID situation here. We're planning things quite in advance, but that's just purely because I don't want to have that stress from like a year countdown or like a 5-month countdown to try and plan everything and get everything all sorted for our wedding. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. So I've written everything all down on my phone, so if I'm looking down at my phone then that is why. This isn't like a steps that you guys have to follow, this is just the way that we've done it and how we're kind of working through. We've already booked our venue and our photographer. I'll leave my wedding playlist down below so you guys can watch the previous 2 videos. The first thing that I wanted to chat to you guys about is that we have booked our officiant, which is very exciting. For those of you that have no idea what an officiant is the person that stands up the front when you have like the bride and the groom and like the groomsmen and the bridesmaids. They're the person that actually marries you guys together. So our pastor is actually going to be officiating our wedding, which is really great. He will actually be a guest at our wedding as well. He's officiating one of our friends' weddings that's happening on the weekend, who also go to our church. So yeah, that's very exciting. I've known our pastor like growing up, so it's very exciting that he will be officiating our wedding. And he's also given us some guidance on getting a marriage license and how we go about that. So you need the marriage license to actually be legally married under the law. So apparently you just get them from like the courthouse. That's kind of one of the things that are next on our list, is to actually go and get the marriage license. And then he also gave us some guidance about potentially getting some marriage counseling before we get married. So that's something that a lot of Christians tend to do. We just sit down with the pastor and just kind of discuss what roles each other kind of has in a Christian marriage. Hopefully I'm in kind of the same position. My battery just died, so I had to change it. So the next thing that we have done, I've chosen my bridesmaids and Phil has chosen his groomsmen. For my bridal party I have my best friend Rachel, who you guys have met before in previous videos, and my 2 younger sisters. Phil is an only child, so he is purely just having friends in his groom's party. His best man is one of my friend's boyfriends, another one of his groomsmen is one of my friends, and then he is also having a girl in his groom's party. Now this is a little bit different to the traditional wedding, and that is because Phil grew up with more friends that were girls than guys. He seems to click better with girls than guys, so we really wanted to reflect that in our wedding. And it is one of his friends from high school, I believe, so they go way back, so that's very exciting that she'll be able to be there to support him on his big day. So we also wanted to make sure that we had the exact same number of bridesmaids and groomsmen or groomswomen, just so that it will look like even in the photos. So the next things are things that I have done. So I have chosen my bridesmaids dress colors and I have chosen my bridesmaids shoes. So I can put a picture on the screen of the colors that I'm thinking of for my bridesmaids dresses. So as you guys will be able to see, they are all different colors. I'm sure you guys will be able to see it by the colors. They are very autumnal. So we are having our wedding in autumn. We wanted an autumn wedding just because it's not going to be too cold, but it's not going to be too hot, and it probably will be quite good for photos as well because it won't be too bright. it won't be too cold. I will actually tell you guys as well, I didn't say this in my wedding venue shopping, but both our wedding venues are inside because I also didn't want the stress of worrying about the weather on our wedding day. And obviously with it being autumn, it's really hard to judge whether it will be raining or whether it will be sunny. I struggled for a really long time to think of a bridesmaid dress color. If you guys know me and you've watched any of my like wardrobe declutters or any of my hauls, like clothing hauls, then you will know that I really love to play around with color. So I really wanted to reflect that in my bridesmaid dresses. I didn't want to do just like a maroon, which is a very typical autumnal bridesmaid dress color, because my cousin did just maroon dresses, and I know that in my nan and papa's house they're having canvases side by side of each of our weddings, so I didn't want my dresses to match her dresses. So I thought I would do something a little bit different and do a dress in all three different colors. So as you guys would have seen, there is a maroon and orange and like a mustardy color, but my dresses will all be the same style. So usually the rule of thumb is that if they are different colors, you have the same style of dress, or you can have the same color but a different style of dress. But on from that, their hair will match, their jewelry will match, and their shoes will more or less match. So this is what I am using for my bridesmaid shoes. They do look a little bit more nude in the photo than what they actually are. So they're more of like a taupey brown, and I knew that I really wanted my bridesmaids to be wearing heels and to have like real like strappy up the leg style shoes, so that hopefully they'll be able to wear both the shoes and the dress again after the wedding. And I have picked the style of dress that I do want to get it made, so I can kind of put my inspo picture here. I haven't ordered the dresses yet just because I do want my bridesmaids to try them on and make sure that the style actually does work with them. So as long as it works with their body shape, we'll be going forth with that one. My youngest sister won't be wearing heels just because she doesn't like wearing heels, and I know she wouldn't be confident walking in heels. So I'm gonna do some sort of like wedgie platform. I don't want to say sneaker, but it's more of like an espadrille kind of style shoe. So we're still yet to kind of figure hers out, but her shoes will be the same color as my bridesmaids heels, if that makes sense. So I guess I'll tell you guys how I picked my bridesmaids dress style. So I'm looking at getting my dresses made through Kilt, which is a kind of like boutique-y shop. They're quite like scattered around New Zealand, so I'm sure if you're in different parts of New Zealand and you wanted to use their dresses, then you can. But I had a scour through their dresses online, and I kind of picked a few of my favorites. They can also do custom made dresses as well if they don't have your style on their website. I sent them through in my bridesmaids chat. So I put all of my bridesmaids and myself in a chat and then got them to heart the dress that they liked, and pretty much all of them picked the exact same style of dress, so that was perfect. So it made my decision a lot easier, and I want them to like obviously feel comfortable since they're going to be in the dress for like the whole day. We want everything to be really incorporated with the wedding so that it all kind of matches at every point. And on that note, I also know the company that I want to go through with jewelry for my bridesmaids. I just haven't picked what I want yet, so when I pick those and buy those, then I'll show you guys those, and I'll show you guys the company that I am going through. So on that note, we've also picked the color of the groomsmen's suit. So the groomsmen are going to be wearing some shade of navy blue. Phil still wants to actually go and finalize the exact color, so obviously when he finalizes the exact color, we will be letting you guys know. We thought if I'm going for my 3 autumnal colors, I will be wearing white and then the boys will be wearing navy. I feel like the navy will make the other colors pop and it won't clash either, which is really cool. The next thing that we have done is that we have designed up all of our signage things on paper. So all of our invites, all of our table numbers, all of our RSVPs, our seating chart, we've designed a rough draft of those on paper, so we know exactly how we want them to look and we know what color envelopes we're going to do. Put some inspo pictures here of kind of what we're thinking for our invites. invites. Once I actually have like a physical copy, then I will show you guys in another one of these little updates video. Phil and I designed them together. We wanted to make sure that it was exactly how we both wanted it. The next thing that we have done is that we have designed our wedding cake. We do want to go for a cake testing and just test out different flavors to see what works. So I can put some of our inspo pictures and stuff on the screen here, but again I'll be able to tell you guys a little bit more in depth once we're actually getting the cake made. But yeah, I'm very excited about it all kind of coming together. It's going to be really good, and it's going to tie in with other bits and pieces in the wedding, which you guys will see closer to the time. The next thing that I have kind of worked out is that I've worked out what kind of flowers I want to have at the wedding and kind of what we want to do in relation to the flowers. So at this point we have got Phil's auntie doing our flowers because she is a florist. She isn't local though, but I've been talking to her about some of the like flower ideas that I have, so I can put some inspo pictures on the screen now of the flowers that I'm kind of thinking. So again, as you guys will be able to see, there's a lot of autumnal colors in there. Again, I just wanted to keep it all very like autumnal. So that is basically just our theme, is just like autumnal. As you guys will know, I'm not the biggest fan of real flowers, so I've decided I'm going to do a mix of like dried flowers and real flowers. The little flowers on the guys' suits, Phil will be wearing white to represent my dress, and then each of his groomsmen will be wearing the corresponding bridesmaid's dress color for who they're gonna walk back down the aisle after Phil and I with. And then the last thing that I wanted to let you guys know that we've done is that we've planned out our entire honeymoon. We've planned out exactly what we want to do for our honeymoon, and we've planned out all the activities and stuff we want to do, and we've worked out a rough idea on a budget. I'm not going to reveal that just yet because I want to tell you guys once we've actually booked it what we're planning on doing, and also what time we're doing it, whether we're going to be doing it straight after the wedding or whether we're going to have a slight gap and then go on our honeymoon a little bit later on. I will update you guys on that a little bit later on. All I will say is that it is local in New Zealand. Obviously we were a little bit scared to try and plan a honeymoon for overseas. Just with COVID, we don't really know what's going to be happening with the borders by the date of our wedding, because it is next year, so it could go either way with whether they're deciding to open the borders. I think all it will come down to really is whether the vaccine works or not will kind of influence their decisions. We wanted to keep it local in New Zealand just in case if the borders were shut, then it wasn't going to affect our honeymoon and we weren't going to waste a lot of money. Very excited for the honeymoon. I do plan to vlog the honeymoon, however I won't be uploading or editing anything while we're actually on our honeymoon. So I will be taking the honeymoon period that we've planned for off YouTube, so I will kind of tell you guys a little bit closer to the time so that you know that there won't be any uploads through that time. But I will still be filming the honeymoon, but I won't edit it and upload it until we get back from our honeymoon, if that makes sense. It's going to be such a fun time, and Phil and I planned it together, so all the activities I've made sure that Phil wants to do as much as me. That is everything that I wanted to update you guys on at this point. So our kind of next steps forward from here is that we're paying off our reception venue. We want to book our videographer. I am talking to a few people. We want to get our wedding rings sorted, and I think I want to look at my dress and my bridesmaid's dresses and our invites. Yeah, I'm very excited to bring you guys along on this process. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Please make sure to turn on the notifications and check out my social media. It's always linked down below in the description box, and like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, my wedding playlist will be down below, so if you have missed my other two, I don't want to call them episodes, my other two videos in this little series, then yeah, you can go and check those out. I hope you guys are looking forward to it as much as I am. I'm currently not sure what my next video in this wedding series will be. I've got a couple ideas on what I think it could be. I'm trying not to space these out too much, but there might be like slight gaps between them depending where we're at with our wedding planning and depending obviously what happens with the world, because at this point we have no idea what's going to happen. I think that's everything for this wedding updates video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!